Steve Hausman, Pat Coyne, Alex, and Lanatori with us on Property Source Radio today. This beautiful Saturday morning. Award-winning designer, and you know her from Evergreen Interiors and Lanatori.com.
Oh,
we mentioned,
thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. You're so kind.
Great to have you back here today.
Thank you so much.
And you're going to be here every month or so?
Every month, every third week.
Okay, good.
I'll be here.
Great. Well, I like that because you carry the show as far as I'm concerned.
I'm not carrying anything.
With the help of Pat.
I just look pretty.
True.
When I was a kid, one of the highlights of my life was being able to just sort of sit on the porch. It's a big New England thing. We had a back porch.
You had a back porch?
Yeah, and it was so nice.
Did you park your car by the back
We parked it in the garage, which was off the porch. And I miss my porch.
Do you?
I really, yeah.
Let me tell you, porches are back. I've been noticing so many porch restorations in the city of Rochester lately. It's becoming a really hot thing again. Outdoor spaces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like outdoor spaces.
I
All
have
of us
always
do.
wanted a porch. I think that's the one thing my house doesn't have. I have a patio out front that we put like paver stones, but I really, really want I want a house with a wraparound porch.
And it's so great because I remember we had thunderstorms. We had the weather last Sunday, for instance.
Oh,
Is there
yeah,
anything
sitting on the
better than
porch.
you feel like you're sitting in the rain, in the weather, without getting affected by it? You know?
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
It
know,
is
we
nice.
used to have so much fun. I grew up in the 19th ward. We had a big front porch on our house, and we had a glider on the porch.
Oh, the swing thing?
Yeah, we used to sit in it, my mother and I and my sister, and we'd glide back and forth, watching the thunderstorms, eating our lettuce sandwiches. My mother would make a fresh pitcher of lemonade. My mother used to make every day, instead of soda drinks, she would cut up fruit and put it in water. And that's very in right now. It's
Yes,
very
it is.
Yes, it is.
You pay
But
big
we
money
did
for
it 40,
fruity
50,
water.
60
Yeah.
years ago.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of the lettuce sandwich, but I mean,
I think there wasn't any money for cold cuts, and that's what we ate, and we thought it was very gourmet at that time. But we used to sit on the front porch, and our neighborhood, 19th Ward, maybe was unique. We used to have street dances. The neighbors would come over and play poker or Scrabble, or we played games at night on the porch. There was always a table set up with chairs, and it gave you a really sense of community bonding with your neighbors, and maybe we need that.
See, now it's not as much at all anywhere. I don't think. Is it? I mean, does anybody ever see the close-knit community
I think
type?
it's because of decks and back porches and
privacy.
sunrooms. People are in the back of their houses
Yes.
now doing that whole
Yes.
thing. And it's not like in my neighborhood, we still get together with the neighbors, but we sit outside in the backyard on the back deck.
Yep.
If you're sitting out front where kind of everything is going on, there's traffic and people are walking their dogs, I could see where you would get that,
That-
sense of community. But now
Sense
that
of
everybody is
community.
doing their backyards
More
and big
private.
decks and stuff and pools and all that, it's taken away from that being out front.
That makes sense.
Exactly. And there's not usually in the back deck. There's not a roof. You could have a pergola with a living, growing roof. Vines growing over, but nothing like being covered in the front, where you could still see your neighbors, be part of the community. And you say, I read a book years ago by Thomas More. It said the best of friends are made amongst equals, and the things that bring us together are, number one, community. So if you're, part of your community, friends with your neighbors, you have fun on the porch, you play cards, it's a wonderful thing, and it's coming back into design. So I think the pendulum is swinging full circle again.
all right, is it kind of a retro design you look for, or is it some way to-
Restoration.
Yeah?
Restoration, back to original design. I just saw one in Fairport. It's absolutely beautiful, where they put the pillars back, and I have a client who's in the middle of one now over on East Avenue on a project there. But
Those houses have porch written all over them.
and they did have porches, but
village
many of them
style,
were
right?
removed.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, wait a minute. They're removed porches, and you're saying the people are going
They're
back
restoring, yes.
and putting the porch back on.
Putting the porch back on the front.
That's
of the
cool.
house. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember when we were kids, we used to play games. I know kids don't play games anymore. They play computer games. But, when I was growing up in the 50s and 60s, we played games like red light, green light. Do you remember that?
Yep.
1, 2, 3, red light.
Yeah.
You got to freeze. And if you move, you're out.
Yes.
Yeah.
And movie stars, you would sit on the porch steps and say, okay, I'm thinking of MM. Of course, it was Let's see.
Marilyn Manson.
Mickey Mantle.
And we played hopscotch. Remember, every street would have a hopscotch
Yeah, absolutely.
drawn onto the street, you know.
With chalk.
But boys never played hopscotch unless
didn't?
you were chasing a girl.
Right.
And then you'd agree to play a little bit of hopscotch. You give it about 10 minutes. If nothing's going well, then it's off to the ball field, and we'll try again next week with her.
And Red Rover.
Red Rover, another one.
Red Rover.
Oh my gosh.
Red Rover, St. Patrick, right over. And then you have to run toward us, and we make like a little barricade.
Yep.
And if you run through the barricade,
You can go back to
you
your
go back
team.
to your team.
If you can't, you have to stay on our team. And then
Yeah.
at the end of the game, whichever team is the biggest wins.
Oh my.
Yeah. Okay.
gosh.
Marco Polo. Now my kids still play that.
that's a good one.
Polo.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
used to play that in the pool
In
too.
the pool. My kids
In the
do that
pool.
still though.
Now,
That's
I don't
one-
get that one at all.
Well, you don't have to get it. I'm not into it.
you don't know it.
Maybe when I
You know how to play?
when I was a kid, we used to, but I thought it was dumb. So
Well,
whatever.
yeah. And dodgeball was another good one.
Oh, yeah.
Dodgeball.
Yes.
Kick the can.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Kick the can.
I didn't know. Now, what was the point of that?
I don't know. There wasn't a ball when the ball was gone.
The can has been kicked. Next.
I like
gosh.
spin the bottle.
Well, of course.
I don't know.
Well, that's a front porch game.
Well, it starts there.
That's right.
Property Source Radio this morning till 10 o'clock. Steve Hausman with the gang. We're here, as we said, at Sports Radio 950 ESPN. And part of the gang, as she is once a month, is Lana Torrey from Evergreen Interiors, lanatory.com. What's some of the new stuff on the web that we'll see at your site? Because you handle everything interior and exterior
I
design.
know I'm a busy woman, aren't I?
Yes.
Good to be busy.
The busiest.
Good to be busy. Give the busy person the job to do. What are we going to see next?
Yeah.
Next in home design? Well, you know what? I just wrote my last article that I wrote for the Property Source newspaper was about selecting patio furniture, and it's huge. Everywhere you go, from any catalog, whether it be Pier 1, Pottery Barn just came out with a new catalog all about porches and porch furniture. So, that is really hot. There's a lot of new materials in patio furniture. The coolest thing out right now are the rugs that, area rugs for your porch or your patio that are indoor, outdoor rugs. And you cannot tell that they are made of a synthetic material.
Really?
Very cool. Oh my gosh.
I haven't seen one.
Oh, they're all over, and they're all over on all over the web and all over in all the cool catalogs. Crate and Barrel, as I say, Crate and Barrel, Pier 1, Pottery Barn. They're
And you
everywhere.
do see all the outdoor furniture is almost like there's living rooms outside now. All
outdoor
of the,
spaces.
Exactly.
All
it
about
goes right.
outdoor spaces. Bring
Yep.
the
Indoor out.
indoors. Bring the indoors out.
Now,
Yep.
doesn't versatility end up costing you, though, one of these indoor-outdoor rugs, or outdoor rugs, as you say? Are they pricey?
No, you can get a 5x8 for about $100. I
That's
don't
not
think
bad.
that's that bad.
No?
No, that's not bad.
You can hose them off. You can bring them inside. You can put them under your kitchen table if you've got sloppy babies. And they come in beautiful color palettes and patterns, florals, stripes, plaids. Some that look like natural sisal. A wool natural sisal rug will cost you easily $500 to $800 for a 5x8. But buying it in a synthetic indoor outdoor, it's the greatest.
They
Very
sell them.
cool.
They do sell them on QVC.
I have seen them on QVC.
I'm a big QVC fan, as you know.
Are you?
Yeah.
I buy my shampoo on QVC.
You bought what?
I buy my shampoo on QVC.
Really?
Oh, they have the best shampoo. It's
Do they
called
really?
When
Oh,
shampoo.
yes. I saw the infomercial during one of my nights of insomnia, and I was like, I need to have that.
You know what? You need to have it. It's absolutely wonderful. It's
Wonderful.
wonderful. It's the most wonderful shampoo, especially if you have frizzy hair. It kind of takes the frizz out for a bit. And in this weather,
Yeah.
that we've had this past week,
Yeah.
I've been using my When.
Completely unmanageable. I know the feeling.
I want to stay on the porch when we come back.
Okay.
And when we do come back, I want to talk about 2 types of chairs that I think have to be on every porch.
Okay.
All right? Stew on that one. Marinate in that one for a couple of
will.
minutes. We'll take a
Marinate
little
on
break
that.
here. One more segment to go on Property Source Radio. Stay with us. We're here till 10. Sports Radio, 950 ESPN.